In this lecture, I will be discussing about the concept of humidification and the definitions we will be using in the process. The term humidification plays an important role in process industries, and there is a wide range of its applications. So broadly, I am dividing this concept of humidification into three applications. The first application is water cooling. You know that in major process industries you have seen cooling towers where air water contacting is done by removing the unwanted heat in the water, which will reduce the temperature of water. So this is one of the application of humidification, water cooling. And the second application is humidification process. In this process, we will have air with certain amount of moisture, and this moisture is made in contact with a solid which is having some moisture, water. So this certain air which is passed through this solid will absorb the water vapor and the moisture content will increase. So the process of increasing the moisture content of air is called humidification. And the third application is dehumidification. It is exactly the reverse process of humidification, that is the moisture of a wet air. Let me take the moisture, warm air which is relieved of some moisture, containing water at low temperature, that is reducing the moisture content, is the process of dehumidification. So these are the major applications when it comes to the concept of humidification. It only deals with the moisture content of vapor. This is the hidden main term in this humidification. So before going to the design of these applications like the cooling towers, drying, and this dehumidification plays an important role in this air conditioners, we will know about the basic definitions that we go through this design. So in these definitions, the first one is the molar humidity. It is very simple, that is the moles of water vapor divided by moles of dry air. Let my molar humidity Y, which is equal to the moles of water vapor by moles of dry air. By gas law, the moles are directly proportional to the pressure, partial pressure, which will be equal to the partial pressure of water vapor divided by partial pressure of dry air, which further we can write it as partial pressure of water divided by total pressure minus the partial pressure of water. This is my molar humidity. It gives a very simple relation, that is the number of moles of water vapor that is present in my moles of dry air. And the second important definition, that is the absolute humidity, which I represent it as Y dash, is defined as the mass of water vapor per mass of dry air, that is m of water by m of dry air. It is a direct measurement of amount of water vapor that present in dry air. let me take my absolute humidity is 1, which is equal to 1 kg of water vapor is present in my dry air per kg. So it just gives the moisture content in kg, and in molar humidity it gives in moles. So this number of moles is equal to mass per molecular weight, we know. Then just substitute mass is equal to moles into the molecular weight, which will be equal to mass of water, that is moles of water into molecular weight of water, divided by moles of dry air into molecular weight of dry air, which is equal to, as I defined this as a molar humidity, that will be my Y, into mass of water will be equal to 18 divided by mass of dry air, which is equal to 29. So this will be my absolute humidity. Whenever you are defining any term, units are very important. So as I told you, the units of this will be kg of water vapor per kg of dry air. So this is my second terminology, absolute humidity. Now coming to the third term, that is relative humidity. Now till now we have discussed the direct measurement. The direct measurement of water present in air. Now this relative humidity will give me the degree of saturation. It won't give me the direct amount that is present, it gives me the degree of saturation. As you know, saturation means the maximum amount of water vapor that an air can hold, where my partial pressure is equal to vapor pressure, right? So when it reaches here, which means that it is completely saturated. That's what a relative humidity gives me, the degree of saturation. Suppose if you take a coastal area where the relative humidity is more. Why? Because the water vapor which is present in air is more, due to which my relative humidity is more compared to the cities like Hyderabad. Now coming to the definition, relative humidity is the partial pressure of water vapor in air per vapor pressure of water at same temperature. That is, relative humidity RH is equal to partial pressure by vapor pressure, and if I want to give it in percentage, into 100%. So higher the relative humidity, which means higher my moisture content in air. And the fourth term is the percent humidity, which you can call it as percentage saturation also. Which is defined as the humidity of air per humidity of saturated air. That is, humidity, absolute humidity of air divided by the absolute humidity at saturated air, and if you want in percentage, it will be into 100. Now as I mentioned, this mass humidity, you can also call it as absolute humidity. So which is equal to partial pressure of A minus P minus PA. Let me take A as water vapor, B as air, divided by vapor pressure my divided by P minus PAV into 100. The molecular weight gets cancelled. So which is equal to this PA by PAV will be my relative humidity. So relative humidity into P minus PAV by P minus PA into 100. So this will be my percentage saturation. Now coming to the fifth term, that is the humid volume, which is defined as the volume of dry air plus the volume associated with water vapor at certain temperature and pressure. That is VH is equal to the specific volume of dry air plus the specific volume of water vapor. The term specific means it is simple, that is the volume per unit of dry air, which is called a specific volume. Now as you know that ideal gas behavior, volume is equal to nRT by P. Here it will be number of moles of dry air RT by P plus number of moles of water vapor RT by P. That is number of moles is equal to mass of dry air RT by P divided by molecular weight of dry air plus my moles of water vapor will be mass of water vapor by molecular weight of water vapor RT by P. Now specific volume is defined per kg of dry air, then this mass of dry air should be the denominator of my left hand side, but here there is no mass of dry air, so my specific volume is equal to 1 by molecular weight of dry air RT by P plus mass of water vapor by mass of dry air into 1 by molecular weight of water vapor RT by P. So this will be the meter cube per kg of dry air. Now you can simplify it, that is 1 by mass of dry air, which is equal to 29, the molecular weight, plus mass of water vapor by mass of dry air, which I told you as absolute humidity, divided by molecular weight of water vapor is equal to 18 into RT by P. Now at standard temperature pressure, you can find the value of R, that is equal to PV by T, which is equal to 1.013 into 10 power 5 Newton per meter square into 22.14 liters volume divided by the temperature will be 273 Kelvin per 1 mole. So this is the standard temperature and pressure. Substituting it here, it will be equal to 1 by 29 plus y dash by 18 into temperature will be the dry bulb temperature, that is TD plus 273 in Kelvin divided by 273 into my pressure will be 1.013 into 10 power 5 divided the pressure here into 22.14 liters. Liters is equal to decimeter cube, right? So decimeter cube will be 10 power minus 3 meter cube per, it is given in gram of dry air. Now the final equation of humid volume will be 1 by 29 plus y dash by 18 into the dry bulb temperature plus 273 divided by the standard temperature into the standard pressure, that is 1.013 into 10 power 5 by the total pressure into my standard volume, that is 22.14, and this is complete unit, that is meter cube per 10 power minus 3. If I take it here, 10 cube of gram, that will be kg of dry air. This dry is the very important term here, which is free of moisture. This is my ultimate humid volume defined. You just understand the main definition and you can get the final equation from this. No need to by heart it. Coming to the other definition, that is humid heat, which is defined as the heat required to raise temperature of unit mass of dry air plus its associated vapor through 1 degree centigrade at constant pressure. Here the humid heat, humid volume and enthalpy, whatever we define, it is the total amount of dry air and its associated water vapor. So this humid heat, let me represent it as CH, which is equal to CB plus Y dash of CA. CB is my heat capacity of dry air plus Y dash into CA is heat capacity of water vapor, and Y dash is my absolute humidity, and the units of this will be kilojoule per kg of dry air Kelvin. So as I told you, whenever you are defining any new term, units are very important, and whatever in this concept of humidification that is associated, it's always related to per dry air we will be defining. So at normal temperature and pressure, this heat capacity of dry air is 1.005 plus heat capacity of water vapor is 1.88 into Y dash. This will be my humid heat, and this is for air water system only. And if you take any other liquid vapor system, you need to again find the heat capacity at a normal temperature and pressure condition and substitute it here. And the last term that we will be defining in these definitions is the enthalpy. As you know, enthalpy is the total heat content of 1 kg of dry air plus the heat content of water vapor along with water. That is simply the enthalpy of dry air plus enthalpy of water vapor content. Let me define enthalpy of this as H dash, and the units are kilojoule per kg of dry air. So H dash will be equal to the heat capacity of dry air, which is CB. First the enthalpy of dry air I am taking CB into the dry bulb temperature minus TR, that will be my reference temperature, plus the heat content of water vapor, that the enthalpy of water vapor will be equal to Y dash of CA, that is my specific heat of water vapor, into TD minus TR plus the latent heat that is required for the water to become water vapor. So that latent heat of vaporization will be there here. So this complete compress of water vapor, and this is the enthalpy of dry air. Whenever you are writing for water content, you need to take absolute humidity, because here we are taking it terms of per kg of dry air. So for dry air it will be directly, you can divide by the kg of dry air, but for the water vapor you need to multiply with the humidity, absolute humidity, to get in terms of kg of dry air. Now further simplifying it, it will be Cb plus y dash Ca into the dry bulb temperature minus reference temperature plus y dash into lambda. This will be my enthalpy. As I defined that Cb plus y dash of Ca, which is equal to my humid heat into Td minus Tr plus the absolute humidity into latent heat of evaporation. This whole is defined as the enthalpy of a sample air which is having some amount of moisture content. That includes the sensible heat, total sensible heat, and this term gives the latent heat. So these are the 7 important terminologies we have defined, and in my next lecture I will be discussing the dry bulb temperature, wet bulb temperature, adiabatic saturation temperature, and the dew point temperature. That will comprise of 4 new terms. So this total 11 terms are considered as very important terms when you want to understand the concept of humidification and its applications. So just check out my next lectures on the humidity. Thank you. If you like my video, subscribe to my channel to get more updates from my channel.